Good morning, Year 4. Welcome back to week 14. This week we are going to be recapping our learning on fractions. So to start us off today, let's just recap what a fraction is. Okay, so if I draw or write a fraction on the board for us, okay, I would say that this is 1/4. Okay, and there are two pieces of vocabulary, okay, one for this part, the 1, and one for this part, the 4, and I'm wondering if you can remember what they are. Okay, so let's go through. So the top part of a fraction is called the numerator, and the bottom part is the denominator. Okay, and the denominator, okay, in this example is 4, is the amount of equal parts a whole is split into. And the numerator, here being 1, is the amount of parts that you have or shaded or need. Okay, so numerator and denominator. So if we have a look now with my bits of paper, okay, I have a circle, okay, that I have cut into 4 pieces, okay, so they are cut into quarters. They are equal, okay, and that is something key with fractions. The parts, when they are split up, have to be equal, okay. So for example here, we've obviously got quarters, okay. If I took this piece, this would be 1/4. If I took 2 pieces, it would be 2/4. Okay, the numerator being 2 is the amount of pieces that I have. 3/4, and then if I put it all together, okay, I have 4/4 or 1 whole. Okay, and like I mentioned earlier, it's really important that fractions are equal. Okay, so I've got a rectangle here that I have split up, okay, and hopefully you can notice that it's not equal. Okay, this part here is much bigger than these parts, okay, and if you think about it, say for example if this was a lovely piece of chocolate, okay, it wouldn't be fair if I gave you this bit and your friend this bit. Okay, so I couldn't say that this is 1/4, this is 2/4, okay, or 2/4, because it's not split up equally. Okay, so let's have a look at these 2 shapes that I have here. Okay, so if we look at this one first, okay, we're going to see what fraction is being represented. Okay, so I'm just going to be filling in the gaps. So there are something equal parts shaded out of something equal parts in a whole. Okay, so the first bit, how many parts are shaded? I can count that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 equal parts shaded out of how many equal parts in the whole? Okay, and there are 8. So the fraction shaded, okay, would be 5/8. Okay, my denominator being 8, because that's the amount of parts my whole has been split into, and 5 being my numerator, because that's the amount of parts that are shaded. Okay, sometimes we do have to be careful when reading questions, because obviously here it says shaded, but sometimes they try and trick us and say not shaded. Okay, so the amount of parts not shaded would be 3/8. Okay, and then if we have a look here, there are how many equal parts shaded out of how many equal parts in a whole. Okay, so shaded parts, there are 2 out of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so my fraction would be 2/7. Okay, how many parts are not shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 parts out of 7 not shaded. Okay, so we're going to be using our knowledge of fractions today to help us work out some fractions of amounts. So I've got a question for us to have a look at together here. You may want to pause the video and have a go yourself before I go through it, but if not, just carry on. So here it says shade more of these shapes so that 1/3 of each shape is shaded. Okay, obviously this would be easy if I had a whole that was just split into 3 pieces. Okay, however, as you can see here, I've got 2 shapes, neither of which have just been split into 3 pieces. Okay, this shape here has been split into 15 pieces. Okay, so my denominator would be 15. Whereas this shape has been split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces. So my denominator would be 9. Okay, so to start off here, only 2 parts have been shaded. Okay, so to work out how many I need to shade, what I have to do is the amount of parts altogether, so 15, okay, I divide that by my denominator. Okay, so I'm going to do 15 divided by 3. Okay, 15 divided by 3, I can use my 3 times table, is 5. Okay, what I then do is multiply that number by the numerator. Okay, but 5 times 1 I know is 5. So that means that I need to shade 5 parts. So 5/15 of this shape need to be shaded so that 1/3 has been shaded. Okay, 2 have already been done for me, so I just need to shade in 3 more. It doesn't matter which 3 you shade in. Okay, you might want to try and make a pattern, or you might just simply colour in the 3 nearest. Okay, so this one, I've got 9 parts. Okay, so first thing I would do is my 9 divided by the denominator, which is 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And then 3 times 1, which is the numerator, is 3. So on this shape, I need 3 parts shaded. Okay, so I'm just going to colour in 2 more. Okay, so I then know that 3/9, okay, it's basically the same as 1/3 there. Right, we can also apply this to some kind of like real life problems. Okay, so here I've got some lovely looking cupcakes. Okay, and I want to circle or take 1/9 of them. Okay, so the first thing that I need to do is count up how many are there. Okay, so I have here 18 cupcakes. Okay, so all together I have 18 cupcakes, which is my whole. I then need to work out what 1/9 of 18 is. Okay, so I just follow the same steps again. So my amount that I have, 18, divided by the denominator, which is 9. 18 divided by 9 is 2. Okay, times it by my numerator, which is 1, is 2. Okay, so I would just circle 2. This one here, once again, I've got a few more cupcakes. This time I want 3/4 of them. Okay, so here I've got 8 cakes, and I need to work out 3/4 of 8. So once again, I start with the amount that I have in total, which is 8. Divide it by the denominator, which is 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Times it by the numerator. So 2 times 3. So this is why I need to make sure that I always times by the numerator, because obviously now in this question, my numerator is more than 1. So 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, so I would then circle 6 cakes. Right, now it is your turn. So I have for you 7 questions to complete today. The first few, okay, up to 5, are working out the fractions of amounts, okay, shading, circling some of the apples and watermelons. And then question number 6 and question number 7 are some reasoning activities for you to complete. Check back tomorrow and I will go through the answers. Should you wish to complete some mental maths today, please continue watching the video for the questions. You will need to look carefully at the calculations and decide whether to use a mental or written method. Remember to set yourself a timer for 5 minutes and to pause the video. Good luck! Now you have finished, continue watching for the answers.